Hey everybody, it is Neha with College Shortcuts. I hope you are having an incredible new year. Again, I am live here on Facebook and on YouTube, so I'm really excited to be talking to all of you guys today. Welcome to 2018. Now, I know so many of us were waiting for this year to come, and I know how stressful it was to end the year right. And so what I wanted to do here today was to talk to you a little bit about what needs to be done in 2018 that should be done differently than what was done in 2017. So one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a comment below here that specifically has our information if you ever want to reach out to us. Now, one of the things a lot of people don't realize is that, I know this sounds crazy, but I've got to say this. Literally 1 in 3 students are actually getting help in the college admissions process. And so many times you'll hear, okay, well, little Johnny did it all on his own, or little Sheila did it by herself in the summer. But the truth of the matter is, if you have a group of 10 friends, like 3 or 4 of them are definitely getting someone to edit their essays, to look through everything. And I'm here to tell you that it's really important for you to understand how hard this competition is. Now, today I don't want to scare you or freak you out, but I think there's something beautiful about knowing the truth and being honest about it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add this little post here below. Let me see if I can do it. Here we go. Okay, adding a little comment here. And let's see if I can also do it on YouTube as well. Sorry guys, let me get this in. Here we go. Perfect, got one there. And let's see if I can... Probably can't do this on YouTube, but that's okay. I will. If you comment below yes or anything, let's go ahead and say yes. I will definitely reach out to you. Now, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, I'm really excited about 2018. I have been waiting for this for about 2 months, and so I think it's really important for everyone to understand how important it is to use momentum to your favor in the college admissions process. So, I want to give you a tip of the day here that I think is huge. It's something I've been using for over 15 years, and I use it with all the students I work with. And so today I want to give you this free tip to help you really plan out your year. And it all starts with dreaming big. You know, I was reading an article recently, and actually I was watching Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban goes, "It's the ones that dream so big they're almost considered stupid are the ones I invest in." And the reason I say that is because there's something really attractive and interesting and mysterious about those that dream really big. And it's because they have such a huge dream that people almost laugh at them. But if you don't dream big enough, you only end up halfway or a fourth of the way. And in my opinion, the only reason why people don't dream big is because they're scared to fail or scared that they'll never get there. But the issue is why are you even limiting your dreams to begin with? So I want to give you 3 major tips here specifically around dreaming big and relevant to the college admissions process. So I was talking to a student named Sonika the other day, and she had said to me she had been dreaming to go to a college, an Ivy League institution, since she was in 6th grade. And she felt really hesitant about it. She was like, I just don't know if I'll get in. I just don't know. You know, there was a lot of lack of confidence, insecurity, stress around this whole process. And the thing is she'd done every single step that she needed to take to totally get into that college. In reality, the colleges were lucky to even have her. And I tell students this all the time. You are going to get in somewhere. It is about making sure that you find the right choice for you, but dreaming big is a massive part of this process. And one of the biggest things I talk about is, you know, so many people don't dream big. They say, oh, well, I just don't know if I'll get in there, so I just won't apply. But the thing about the college admissions process is once you finish 1 or 2 applications or 3 applications, you've pretty much done 80% of the work for all the other college applications you have to do. See, it's always the first application that's the hardest. So I want to talk about why it is important to reach for the stars for your child. See, imagine a time and remember a time when your child was 4 and they said, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be the best ballet dancer, or I want to be the biggest rock star. I want to be the next Elon Musk. somewhere along the path, your kid lost that dream and they started to feel unsure of who they are or not really feeling significant in this entire process. But I'm here to tell you that this is 2018. This is the time and this is the year to grab those dreams like this and be ready to take this year by the horns. Again, for everyone logging in, this is Neha Gupta, founder of College Shortcut. I have put a little link below, or you can comment below. Just type in yes if you are interested in hearing more about our programs. We are only opening up 100 spots this year. So I just want to make sure everyone knows right below to comment, say yes. Now, when I talk about reaching for the stars, it is so important to, number two, write it down. There's nothing more frustrating than listening to someone complain about things or say, oh, there's no way I can do it, or I don't know how to change things, or I just don't know if that's going to be possible for me. But the thing is, well, why don't you write out what it is you truly desire, you truly want? And students never do this, actually. There's no class taught in school about this, and some parents don't even do this with their own kids. But the families that we work with and that we've done mentorship with on our family plan and other ways, we have seen them really succeed because they have a strategic goal in mind to go for. You know, there's nothing harder than trying to achieve a goal and not have a direction, a strategy, and a plan to execute. And I'm here to tell you that this is 2018, this is January, this is the time to be creating these plans for your kid with them. And the last thing I want to talk about here is, really making sure that you understand to make it fun. 2017 was a hard year for a lot of us. People were exhausted, tired, frustrated. And I think there's something beautiful to be said about really starting this new year off right. And I will tell you that when you write your goals down, they actually happen. I remember over 3.5 years ago, I'd written a list of things. And I went back, in December to look at this list. One of them was, I want to build a school overseas for children that are underserved. That was a four-year-old gift, a goal that I had. I want to eventually go to Africa at some point. I definitely want to travel more. I want to hit certain numbers in my business. And I will tell you, I now looked at that little page of goals that I had written down. I put out there to the universe that this is what I truly want. And I've actually hit every one of those goals. They say that if you write your goals down, you are bringing in the vibration of what you truly want and desire. And if you act uncertain or unsure, if you say things like, I don't know if I can get in, or, well, this other kid's better than me, these types of verbs and words and language that you're using, if you're a teenager, is not effective. It's not helpful. And it's definitely not effective in the interview process where they want to see confidence and they want to see people that are sure of themselves. And so I want us to use 2018 and this month and this momentum that we have to really focus in on what we truly desire and what we truly want. And I want to tell you what I do, and it's something I think would be incredible to do with your children. And it only takes about 5 to 10 to 15 minutes max to do this. Yet it's such a game changer, and I've seen it over and over. Now, just to let you guys know, my name is Neha Gupta. I am founder of College Shortcuts. I'm so excited to be telling you about my tips for dreaming big for your kids here today. I put a link below in the Facebook Live. Definitely click on it and fill it out if you want to get in and learn more about our programs here. In YouTube, please go ahead and just type in yes in the comment box. Now, let me tell you one of the big things here about what we're doing here at College Shortcuts. Now, you may have wondered why we've been so quiet in December. Well, we had a lot of students reach out to us at the end of the school year, right up to regular decision, trying to get their essays edited. I'm not even kidding. We were working with the student up until New Year's Eve. My team was pretty tired. So I just want you to know that in 2018, we actually are not going to be doing that anymore. And let me tell you why. We've actually launched early bird programs with our entire team. And it's absolutely incredible because anyone that signs up for early bird with us will be getting roughly a 30 to 40% discount because you have shown that you want to be taking action and you want to execute. We want to reward you for that. Now, we're only taking on 100 students this year and we're capping at it. Of course, my life goal is to hit 1 million students in the college admissions process. But right now, I need to make sure that we get quality work done with the 100 students that we take on. And so if you are looking for any assistance when it comes to your 8th, ninth, 10th, 11th, or 12th grader, this is the time to reach out to us because we are here to really make sure you're taken care of. And here's another big thing. Have you ever noticed that when you're traveling for the holidays, maybe you remember this during the holidays, and you try to get a reservation somewhere or you're trying to plan something and they didn't have availability because everyone else that was early and figured out what they wanted got your spot? I was sitting next to my niece over a Christmas break, and she was frustrated that her brother had grabbed something, and got it before she did because, she really wanted it. And I said, honey, there's going to be a lot of people grabbing stuff. You got to get in there and get what you want. And so if you already know your kid is going to college, that is part of the process in your family, then it makes no sense to wait until the last minute. Because I will tell you, when people are rushed, stressed, or unable to make their mind up about things, you never get good results. See, so many of the students we worked with early on, they got into colleges like UPenn, Duke, Harvard, Dartmouth, Yale, UT, Rice, Michigan, Miami, all the California schools, Stanford. I mean, these are hard schools to get into. But we started actually a lot earlier than any college counselor ever will at any high school that you work with. So this is why I think creating a vision, dreaming big, is very important. But let me tell you the last step. See, there's nothing more amazing than creating a vision board and coming up with your list of incredible things you want to do. But see, there's people that have an idea. That's great. And there's lots of people that have lots of ideas. There's people that they love to talk about their ideas, okay? Then there's people that, start to write their ideas down. But the last part is not just writing it down, but scheduling it in and executing. That last part there, I will tell you that 10% of people actually do that. And it's the action takers that get everything. And it's the idea people that get really pissed at the people that are executing on everything that they're doing. And the reason I tell you this, and I learned this at a Tony Robbins conference last year, he explained it in beautiful words about there's, idea, dreamers, people that write it down, and then the last step is execution. And I've noticed it's the parents that start early with us that have a big dream for their child, and they know their kids are absolutely incredible. Those are the parents and those are the students that get into top schools. And so this year in 2018, College Shortcuts is announcing our early bird program. This is for the dreamers that want to take their dream and make it a reality. This is for all of us turning 2018 into our best year ever. Because let me tell you something. 2017, while it was the biggest year in my business ever, we had more clients, we had more team members, we had more work than we ever had before. We expect to triple that in 2018. But the thing is we're only doing early bird for a certain amount of time. And so if you really want to get in, you want to get your kid ready to go. If they're in 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th grade, please come and sign in now. And I'll tell you why. Because dreaming big is one thing, and creating a list of goals is another. But there's nothing more incredible than actually scheduling it in. I actually have a call later today. I'm talking to a parent who has an 8th grader and a 9th grader who was started in December. And he has a little bit more follow-up about his kids' plans, the summer activities they want to do. And so many parents are just trying to do it right. They're trying to make sure they're doing everything right. They're trying to hope that their kid gets into a good school and that they really want to know that they're doing everything that they can in their kid's academic future. And the thing about it is, what you don't know, you don't know. And in a lot of cases, parents don't know the college admissions process. And that's why getting a coach is so effective. So I wanted to do today's video just as a welcome to 2018. We're really excited here at College Shortcuts. We just decided to finally get above water with all the applications that were due January 1st. And we are very excited about 2018 and working with you guys. Now, if you have any questions, please go ahead and type them below. This is a live video here. But I want to get into kind of the nitty-gritty of how it works when you go from dream to execution. So typically what happens is everyone has dreams. I mean, I don't know one person that doesn't have dreams. And if you close your eyes and go to bed, at some point you will have a dream. So there's dreams in there that are always going through. And there are times where you're sitting and you really have a passion towards something or you want to do something. So usually what happens is you start off with what I call the brainstorming phase in a way. And when you're thinking about your 2018, sometimes the easiest ways to come up with your list of dreams and goals is to actually look into what you don't want to tolerate anymore in 2018 that you tolerated in 2017. So for some of the students I worked with, one of them was, I don't want to watch as much TV in 2018 so I get better grades. Now this sounds like a small goal, but it's actually a huge one because they're changing their entire schedule and their time management to allow them to study more. Another one said, I want to launch a club at school and I want to be the president or vice president of this organization. So these were actually things I had done with this student, and I'm talking about a student from last year that we did this with. And then also written down was, I want to improve my grades by at least a letter at minimum. And I want to really, I want to go to X, Y, and Z colleges. So I want you to know these were just some goals that the student had. Come May of that year, just a 5-month period, this student had almost stopped watching TV, watched maybe 1 or 2 shows. All her grades went up by an entire letter grade, and she had started a club on campus that had never been done before. And it didn't exist on campus, so it was very creative. She also agreed to doing an incredible summer internship. Full year later, now we're looking at a student who has raised their grades significantly, who has made sure that they were involved in their community in some way, who stopped watching the internet, not the internet, the TV for, hours and hours, and now has more time to do things that she's interested in. And now when working on her applications, she has so much more to talk about. She also has dreams of going to certain colleges, and because she's created that dream and that goal, she doesn't feel a lot of fear or anxiety or stress around it or worry. Because in her mind, she's now created goals that she's hit over and over and over, and no matter what, she knows that she's done a great job. She's done the best that she can at her level and what she can do. And that's when I realized this strategy of goal setting and having the conversations early on in the year when everyone is feeling momentum is the key time to actually be doing this. You don't see anyone making resolutions in March. No, this is the month to really get going. And so I urge you to take a moment with your family and do this exercise for yourself. What are things that you truly desire and want in your own life? What are things that you truly want specifically with your child? And what do they want in their lives? I know many students, they tend to be distracted. There's Snapchat, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's selfies, there's YouTube. There's all sorts of things that students can be distracted by. But in the end, somewhere deep inside, if they are asked the right questions, they can actually create an incredible dream and vision for themselves. I'll tell you another example. I was working with a student almost 7 years ago. I think he's now a pro baseball player. And he was really at a bad place. He was one of the best baseball players in high school, but because of his grades, he was put on probation. And so what I did was I mapped out what his dream life would look like and then what his not so dream life would look like. And when I showed him, when you write out things, you can visually look, we're visual creatures, people. When you can visually look at what's going on up in there, he said, oh my God, no, I will not do that. I don't want that life. I don't want to end up at a bad college. I don't want to stop playing baseball. Like, I've been working for 15 years toward this goal. What can I do? And so I want you to look at last year's grades. I want you to look at 2017 and do an analysis with your child about where they were at and where they need to go. Because the big thing that most people don't think about is there's data in what you've done in the last year, and then you need to make the decisions and execute in the next year. So one of the big things we always do is we write things down, we look at what happened in the last year, and then we make goals for the next year. And it's a lot of fun because dreaming big is huge. I have some students that are dreaming of going to Ivy Leagues. I have some that are dreaming to study computer science. I have some that are really interested in doing some MIT programs. So many students have different views and different goals, and none of them are good and none of them are bad. They are what is good for that person in that time, in that moment for them. And so I want 2018 to be amazing for you. I know 2018 is already going to be epic. I've actually already scheduled in all of the fun in my life and some of the most incredible things that we'll be doing in 2018 for my business. And it's actually really exciting because it's what gets me out of bed every day. You know, when you're going towards a goal and you don't know what you're doing, it's not as fun. That's why a lot of students are going to school and they're like, oh, I have to go to school again. I don't know why I'm doing this. I hate waking up in the morning. Well, that's because they don't have a vision. If you don't have a vision for why you're doing what you're doing, it can sometimes make daily life boring. For example, most people don't like doing their taxes. They don't like doing accounting. It's not fun. But when you think about all the benefits of doing these things, it makes you move to make sure you do it and get it done. So I want you to take some time in the next 2 to 3 days and to create a vision with your child specifically around what it is they truly desire and want. And then the next step after that is to take that information, work with them on it, but then create an actual plan that you can execute. So for example, and just for everyone that's logging in, my name is Neha Gupta. I am the founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. So excited to have you here in 2018. We have some incredibly huge dreams right now that we are going to be achieving in 2018, but we want to make sure that you have our exact formula and strategy for dreaming big. Now, please comment yes below if you are definitely interested in learning more about how we can make your dreams come true. So I want to tell you a little bit more about when you go from the list of dreams and discussing it out, and sometimes it might be a little challenging. It's the first time you are asking your kid to do this exercise, so they don't really know what to do. And there's a lot of different areas of life they need to focus on, whether it's social, whether it's community service, whether it's getting more involved in their extracurriculars, whether it's academic, whether it's, making sure their standardized tests are right, making sure that they're staying healthy. There's a lot of things that are being balanced, whether you're a child or you're an adult. And if you write out those goals, you are more likely to get them done. Oh, hi Gladys, nice to see you on, awesome. So just so you know, everyone on Facebook Live, there's a link where you just type right in. Click on that link. It's a bit.ly link right there. Click on it, and Gladys and everyone else just fill in that information, and that way you can find out more. Now, when you have this list, okay, so let's say the list is, I want to raise my math grade really high. I want to do more community service. I want to do 10 hours of community service in the next 2 months. I want to go to a top 25 university, and I want to make sure that I am, watching an hour less of TV a week. Let's just say that's the goal. The next step as a parent is for you to dissect these goals. Now, this is what I actually personally do within our family plan of what we do with families. But you want to sit there. I want to give you the strategies as well so you know what we're doing. A lot of times it helps having a third party or a mentor because we all know how, even starting at the age of 4, they stop listening to parents, right? I mean, let's be honest. So let me explain to you what you would do next. Now, let's say you have this list of things you're doing, and the next thing you want to do is ask, how do you plan on getting there? For example, let's say I have a goal of losing 40 pounds. Well, that's an awesome goal, but how do I plan to get from point A to point B? Well, there's a lot of actions and steps that need to take place, right? One is I need to get a gym plan or gym routine or a workout plan. Maybe I want to get a tracker for that so I can track my progress. Maybe I want to start making all my food for myself because I know that eating out, I'm not so regimented when I eat out versus when I eat at home. And maybe it's about giving myself little treats in between to make sure that I feel better and I celebrate my wins when I feel really good about my goals. In the case of getting into a good college or raising a letter grade, let's say last semester they didn't do so well in a math class, Spanish class, language class, science class. You guys may not know this, but that end of year exam is cumulative. So that student now has to make up everything they learned from August to December while starting in January and attempting to do better. And this is where most people get really tripped up. And then halfway through the year, they're like, F it, I don't want to do it, right? Well, this is the thing. You don't want to be doing that in the middle of the semester. And when you don't know how to study effectively, it can be super challenging. So let's say it's Algebra 2 and your kid's like, I want to do better in that class. Well, then the next question is, how are you going to get there? And they might say, I don't really know. I don't know. So you've got to give some recommendations. It could be, hey, let's go back through every chapter of your book and let's reteach everything. Maybe it's let's go to the teacher and tell them your goal. What's your goal? They're the ones that get to, they're the God that gets to tell you if you get a better grade, right? So why not let your team know? And then the last is getting a coach. You know, for example, I have coaches on my team that love their subjects that they tutor. Like, that's what gets them excited, is teaching Algebra 2. And the one-on-one approach can be really helpful because you can go through the material at the speed at which your kid learns and how they learn and their style of learning one-on-one to get that grade up. So I will tell you, there are a lot of ways to set your goals, and there's something beautiful and magical about when you write them down and you paste them to a wall where you can see them. So just so you know, this week I'm actually doing that. I have my planner, and I'm actually scheduling in things already. I have things planned out up until September of this coming year already in my calendar. I already know I'm doing them. I've committed. I've paid for it, and I'm doing it. I am going to also create a vision board for really what I want this year to be like for myself. I'm going to write out those list of goals, and then I'm going to really start listing out all the steps of what it takes to do that. Because there's nothing more fun than having a challenge and achieving that goal. And it's one of the biggest issues we see over and over with students. They are going to school, they don't really know the value, they don't know why, they don't know what they want to do with their lives, they don't know what they want to study, and then we're expecting them to be stellar students. They have no mentor that's really one-on-one helping them at this kind of level of intelligence to get them in on what they truly desire, and then they lose momentum. But I don't want that for you in 2018. I want 2018 to be your best year yet, because I truly believe that this is the year to succeed. I mean, my gosh, it's like, why not? You know, so I hope this video that explains, you know, what it takes to go from a dream, how to brainstorm around that, how to write out your goals, how to do this with your kid, to ask them certain questions, and then to actually start getting some steps underneath each one of those goals, and really being patient with your kid about it. Now, like I told you earlier, if there are things that you already know that your kid is going to need in the future, you should get it early. So as I was telling you guys earlier, my name is Neha Gupta. I am the founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. And we have decided for 2018, we are giving an incredible discount. And I'm not talking about a small discount, guys. I'm talking about upwards of 30 to 40% off our services in our packages. And I've included a link below. If you don't see the link, just type yes in your comment, and I will have a team member reach out to you. These are incredible early bird specials that we're only going to be taking 100 students. Once we fill the 100 spots, it's closed. I'm not taking on late students anymore. Like I said, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm only taking on 100 students for this program, and once we're closed, we're closed. Because I realized after 2017, I can't make my team stress out during Christmas Eve, during New Year's Eve, trying to get everything done by January 1st. And instead, with our program, if you start early, you can get everything done in less than 21 days. So for me, I truly believe that this is your year. This is our year to succeed. And this is our year to let our children dream as big as they want. They should be able to do whatever they want in this lifetime. And if there's anything that I truly believe is that I want to help you make sure your kids' dreams come true. Because there's nothing more frustrating. The one thing that keeps me up at night is when a teenager thinks they can't do it. No. I'm not tolerating this anymore for 2018. I'm just not. So if this is your year, if you want to commit to 2018, and you want this to be your solid year for you and your family, this is the year. Let's do it. Let's do it together, and let's make it fun. So I hope this video has helped you to really understand the importance of why dreaming massively big is very important. It's the students that dream to get into an Ivy League that got in. It's the students that dream to go into a top school that got in. It's not the students that doubted a bunch or didn't do the work or said, I just don't know if I can do it, so why even try? There is a formula for being successful at anything. There is a science to achievement, okay? And I will tell you, every single achievement has a strategy and has a plan of action. For example, if you want to be more fit, hang out with fit people. I literally just changed my entire friend group to really fit people, and I am learning so much just being around them. You want to get your kid into a top school? You want them to be really, really good at getting into a good college and all the things they need to know? Get them a mentor that knows exactly what to do, right? I mean, why not? Let's say you want your kid to do better in school or really be focused more. Get better friends. This is the year for you to grab this year by the horns, okay? So this is my happy welcome to 2018 video. I am so glad you could join on. Please remember, these are live videos. Anytime you want to comment, say hello, say yes to you, yes to your life, yes to your kids' dreams, please type in yes below, because this is the time. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel at Elite Private Tutors, I am looking for more subscribers this year, so make sure to subscribe and share these videos with your friends. Whether it's through a message or whether it's on your timelines, please make sure to share it. Because I truly believe that every child inside has a dream. See, as adults, we're just overgrown kids. I mean, if you think about it, you're just like an overgrown teenager if you're a parent watching this right now. Somewhere inside you had some big dreams when you were younger. And when you had kids, you want to make sure that their dreams are absolutely fulfilled. I have yet to meet a parent that doesn't say, Neha, I just want my kid to have an even more amazing life than I did. I want them to have an incredible education. I want them to find what they love to do and to do it. I want them to be in a beautiful relationship and to be happy. I want them to be healthy, happy, and strong and positive. And I want them to have incredible friends and an amazing life. And they are my legacy. So I want you to think from that perspective. Your kids are your legacy. This is what you are leaving behind. And so why not dream big for them? You don't know. You may be hanging on to the next Elon Musk or the next, U2 star or maybe the next president. I don't know what you've got in your hood there. But let me tell you something. Every child has a dream. I've yet to meet one that doesn't have one. Once you ask the right questions, once you figure out what they love to do, and you start to help them get to it. So again, everyone, this is Neha Gupta, founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. I am so excited that we have now started 2018. This is our year. We are going to succeed. And I am here to tell you that your kids' dreams matter. And they matter to me, and I know they matter to you. So please make sure to type yes into the chat box. Please reach out to us. I've also put a link below. And don't forget to share this with your friends and family. This is the time. If you know any parent that is struggling or is not sure about what to do or trying to figure out the next step, please share this with them. Because this is a year to create more love, to spread more love, and to make this year an incredibly successful and achieving year for everybody. So I hope today that you take a moment to write down your list of goals, write them down, and really try to do this exercise with your child. I know it's a weird one. I know it might be kind of awkward at first, but you will see there's some beautiful magic that comes of it. So make sure that you do this exercise with your kid, and then take that next step. If you know you need to get college consulting, if you know you need tutoring, if you know you want a mentor for your kid, yes, say yes. Say yes to you and say yes to your kid. So have an incredible, incredible day, everyone. I love each and every one of you, and I can't wait to see you on the other side. Please don't forget, we are going to be calling you if you type in yes below, and we're going to reach out to see how we can make your life easier as a parent in 2018. So have an incredible, incredible day. Bye.